Third quarter, 10:53 left. Again, 7 seconds. I'm going to call it the middle eight. It's the same momentum that we're talking about. Green Bay up 10-6, second goal at the 1. This Emmanuel Wilson touchdown run. Nothing fancy here. I just wanted to highlight, again, Matt LaFleur keeping things simple. 12 ace nasty Z shift the wing once again. Well, what we keep talking about with Christian Watson, you're going to get in here and help dig these guys out, right? 22 dives. So we're going to the right. Pretty straightforward. Again, they hit him at roughly the 2.5-yard line, Tim. And Emmanuel Wilson is not going to be denied. Not going to be denied.
I love the play call right here. For everyone who's, complained about Matt being too conservative, how many times have we been down in this territory and we see, jet motion, double fake, back shoulder fade to the end zone, and it's picked or it's tipped or, next thing you know, we're looking at 4th and goal. Yeah. No BS right here. Just nothing fancy. Trust your man to make the play, and he gets it done. I love it.
Look who's right in the middle of the scrum, too, boys. Our boy Christian Watson getting in there and making it happen. So, again, nothing.
That extra 20 pounds of muscle, right?
Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. So, again, that touchdown run now obviously gives you the 17-6 lead. Let's fast forward. Third quarter, 10:48 left. Green Bay's up 17-6. First and 10 at their own 30, 40-yard line. This is Micah Parsons' first sack. We're going to go 4-3 under, which is a 25 front. Let me explain what that means. You'll hear me say under, and I don't talk about the numerical fronts much, but it's a teaching point here. I learned this years ago when you would hear 25 front, 56 front. They throw out all these different fronts. What does it mean? It's real simple if you've got the cheat code for it, okay? And I won't go through all of them, but this is what this one in particular means. You guys know what under means now, right? Playing under the formation. So when you're playing an under front, it's going to be in the 20s is the call. The Sam on the line of scrimmage is a 5, okay? So this would be a 25 front. That tells people whether you're communicating on offense or defense, 25 front means you're in an under with the Sam on the line of scrimmage, okay? So again, strong side of the formation's up here. That makes Tyron Hopper your Sam. He's on the line of scrimmage, as you can see up here, mugging, and they're in an under front. So we would call that a 25 front. I think the play call is cover 6 match, okay? And what we got is quarter, half is what we're doing here, okay? Again, quarter, half, meaning half field is cover 2. The other half is cover 6. There is match principles involved here. You're going to notice a multitude of players that are actually going to match up and play man. If they break this threshold, we don't know what that is because we're not in the meeting room. They're going to match, some don't because those thresholds were met, all right? So you'll see deep half on this side, dropping out, and now you got kind of a quarter look over here, right? Dropping deep. And I just wanted to point out it was a cover 6. Now we can go back and watch Micah Parsons get this sack. And actually, let's just roll it back and look at the coverage real quick. Tell me where the answer to the equation is. Does anybody see it? You got a lead swing to the right. Right here, there's nothing going on. What you should probably do rather than pump fake that thing, JJ, is swing that out here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or swing.
You swing that out. Look at the hat count, Tim. You're probably going to get, anywhere from 5 to 15 yards, depending on if he's able to take the sideline. Instead, pumps it. Micah hits him. And listen, the coverage was great, right? The only thing that was there was the check down, and they didn't take it. However, let's watch Micah. This guy right here, Tim.
Yeah, nothing like beating $250,000 worth of left tackle into oblivion.
This dude, he just got $104 million contract, right? And a lot of guaranteed money too. So let's watch Micah Parsons just beat him like a damn drum. This play inside the rip, right here, JJ. I don't know what you're doing, bud. It's like one thing I'll say about JJ McCarthy, he does not see the rush. Some quarterbacks get skittish. He just doesn't see it. He got smacked in the mouth all day and he didn't even expect it.
Yeah.
So again, just a great
eyes downfield all the time, almost to a fault. Yeah,
definitely. Just that's Micah Parsons being Micah Parsons. That's Jeff Hafley dialing up the perfect cover 6 at the right time. If he takes that check down there, Tim, that's a whole different ball game, right? Because again, that play specifically was a 1st and 10 play. Now you're behind schedule. Thank God he didn't make the play, but you take the check down there. If it's 3 yards, you're still on schedule. If it's 15 yards, all right, you've already got your explosive. Now you tripled your chances of scoring on that drive. So let's fast forward now. Third quarter, 3:41 left. Green Bay up 17-6. 2nd and 11 from their own 12-yard line. It's another Micah Parsons sack. And guess who it's against, Tim? That wealthy bastard right there, right? So Here we go, 4-3 over this time. So now, strong side of the formation. Notice the defensive tackles are shaded to the strong side. That's an over front, okay? And we're going cover 3 match is what I think this is here, okay? So with cover 3 match, you're going to have 3 deep. You see them kind of rotate out. Evan Williams, deep middle. Carrington here. And I'm pretty sure that our boy McKinney is covering deep third there, although there are match principles. You'll notice guys match up here. Like, for instance, this guy just lets his guy go, right? However, you see McDuffie looks like he's looking to match. Also, Carrington's looking to match. This guy's kind of matching. It almost turns into a little cover 6. So McKinney's starting to get some depth in case this guy goes vertical here, right? We'll come back and watch Mike in a minute. I just want to show the coverage. Where's the answer, guys? You know, I mean, you got to – this is a 2nd and 11 play. You're already behind schedule. Might want to dump it here is the only thing I could think, you know. Yep. So –
But you would have had to have seen that right away and got rid of the football.
Yeah, absolutely. Jen Wright in the chat, Darasol was in hell all day long. Watch Micah, guys. Look at Micah off the edge here. Remember what we showed you a while ago? A little jab, dip and rip inside. Now watch what he does. He's just going to kind of chop, work around the outside, and beat him out now. So he set this up with the previous sack. Right? A little chop, swim, great sack.
Dude, he's
look
like
who was right there.
He's
with
like
him.
a wide out off the snap, man. The way he gets off the snap, it's crazy.
Yeah. And if you notice the play here, they're faking a toss. Watch Gary right here. He's got to set the edge, right? So they're going to fake a toss to our boy Aaron Jones. They're going to fake the toss and pull it back down and look to pass, right? Watch Gary. Watch Gary right here when they fake the toss. Oh, I got you. Nope. All right. Now he still drives a right tackle back in his lap.
Love it. So, and you're right. High IQ play from a quarterback right there is just flick that ball to Aaron Jones and let Aaron Jones do what he's been doing for the better part of a decade and pick up some yardage for you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, third quarter, 2:58 left. Green Bay's up 17-6. This is the 3rd and 16 play from their own 7-yard line. This time it's Devontae Wyatt with the sack. Let's talk about what the play call is. We got nickel 3-3-5, Joker 1. Joker 1 has entered the chat. What is Joker 1? Again, here, let me show you the 3 backers first of all, right? You got 1, 2, 3. By the time the ball is snapped, you could say technically that Micah is the Mike here, all right? But we're just going to refer to him as Joker. We're going to call it a JT stunt. This is wild. I haven't ever seen this before. Maybe you guys have. He's going to play Joker, he being our boy Micah Parsons here, okay? And the coverage behind him is cover 2. I call it cover 2 carry, where these guys are in a deep half, and these guys will carry. Some may call it quarters. We've always called it cover 2 carry because you're not getting as much depth with quarters as you would in a normal quarters call. But forget that for a second. Again, it's a shell defense, so there's not going to be anything down the field with a 3rd and 16. It's the old Joe Barry, keep everything in front of you that everybody hated. The problem was you didn't have Xavier McKinney and you didn't have Evan Williams when Joe Barry was here, and you damn sure didn't have this guy, Micah Parsons. But back to the JT stunt. Tim, you know, when we say like a TE stunt or an ET stunt, the first letter goes first, right? You're probably wondering, how did the Joker go first? They snap the ball. Micah is going to slip in here and go first and drive this thing back. And then Wyatt is basically going to do almost like a tush push and just drive him back with it and just push the whole pile. They're just collapsing the pocket here on J.J. McCarthy. So watch Micah here. Watch him get in here first. Look at that. That is crazy. And again, puts the center on his ass. That's Kelly, one of the better centers in the game. He's going to ragdoll the right guard right there, sling him on the ground. Wyatt recognizes it, does a great job strafing off of that and making the sack. This is just
McCarthy is lucky he tiptoed out of that end zone. That was almost a safety.
Again, watch how quick he gets under Wyatt. I've never seen that. That's crazy, right? So the Joker goes first, poor Kelly. And now look at Wyatt. Watch Wyatt's aware. I love how Wyatt disappears for a second because he's just, I mean, right here, he's just driving. He's pushing Micah. He's pushing the guard, right? Now watch him. Watch him pop right here. He's down. And McCarthy's probably thinking, okay, I can scramble here, right? They're double teaming Rashawn Gary over there with the chip. Look at his head pop up. Watch Wyatt's head pop up. This is the funniest thing to me. I'm going to go slow motion, guys. Watch Devontae Wyatt's head pop up right here. He's driving. Watch. Boop.
Hello.
Where's he at? Now JJ's like, oh, crap. Once again, unsung hero. Look at our boy. Gary fought through a chip.
Yep.
Forced him up into Devontae Wyatt.
Maintain the edge. Maintain the edge. The icing on the cake to me is 2 Green Bay Packers occupying 4 Minnesota Vikings in the trenches. I love it.
I like this guy. He looks like he's on a centerfold over here. What is this? 1963 Playboy magazine? What's he doing over here, Tim? I think we got our image of the night, guys, right here. Somebody send that.
Look at this.
Somebody send that on Twitter and say, look at this centerfold. There you go. Get you a screenshot there, guys. Tag me in it on Twitter. That's unbelievable. This poor guy right here. This looks like me getting out of bed in the morning. My God, look at him trying to get up off the turf. Just carnage. Look at how many people are laying on the ground. Look, this is probably the better. Look at this. What are these two asshats doing, Tim? What are they doing back here?
This might have been the best play from J.J. McCarthy all day. He got out of the end zone and avoided the safety.
It's unbelievable, man. Look, you got these two guys trying to pick themselves up off the ground. This guy's ass over tea kettle, right? It's just, it's wild. What a great rep, man.
Love it.
That is awesome. Actually, you know what, guys? This might be the better screen grab. Sorry if you already tweeted it. Let's get 2 of them on the centerfold here. You know what I mean? That 2 for 1. Let's get it in here, right here, just like this. What are these guys doing?
I love it, man. Yeah. Shout out Devontae Wyatt, man. Playing through some injuries of his own, making plays for us.
Definitely. Just a great job, man. Great play call, great execution. We were the much, much, much better team. There's no doubt. Look at McCarthy right here. He's just like, damn, I should have went to law school.
It's plays like this that explains perfectly why KOC did not burn any timeouts after the 2-minute warning and just said, "The hell with this. I am not putting these boys out there again."
Yeah. Mike Tyson has won 8 of the rounds. We're just going to throw the towel in there.
Yep, we're done.
Yeah, I think we're done here. There's nothing we're going to have on tape to help us from this point forward even. Yep. All right, let's fast forward now. Third quarter, 2:05 left, 17-6 Green Bay leads. 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. This is another Emmanuel Wilson 12-yard run. E. Wilson getting it done. We're going 12 pistol. 12 pistol nasty. U flex 1 shift to wing right. Once again, Matt LaFleur been doing this a lot. Put the U out there wide and then shift him to wing right. So he's going to come over and settle in right here. And then, Tim, we're going to go with a little 23. I put a question mark because I think that was the aiming point, which would be B gap left, right? Now, again, the entire play call is 12 pistol nasty, U flex 1, shift to wing right, 23 GU pin and pull. What's the GU? So let's get the U over here where he's supposed to be. There's the shift to the wing right. And it's almost like a zipper action. He's going to come right back immediately, okay? So he's going to pull. The G, the guard, is going to lead. So you got a guard leading, and then the U is going to come over and block 2. So I think it was designed B gap, but it kind of gets blown up. You'll notice these guys are all pinning. Everybody's going to be blocking right, other than that guard, of course. X that out. The guard's going to pull left. So, again, it's pin and pull, 23, and you're going to lead with the U. Now, Belton doesn't really get to his spot quick enough. He does the best he can. It cuts off Wiley. So there's nothing to be had for Emmanuel Wilson. You look at this screen grab and go, how in the hell did he get 12 yards, right? Watch our boy. Just burst the hole, spin move, roll off of it, keep your legs rolling, running through tackles, dragging 4 defenders. Nothing pretty about it, Tim, just getting the freaking job done. All because it gets kind of blown up. Let's see if we can pick up where the defense blows this up with Belton. 55 does a good job getting in there quick. Bang, cut it off, right?
Yeah.
And then you see Wiley's like, well, crap, who am I supposed to block? Don't even matter. E. Wilson just ragdolls number 43. That poor bastard. Look at him. No, that ain't happening. Just going to spin off. Look at 97 swimming in the dirt. Watch him reaching for his teddy bear. Look at him. Poor guy.
Good rep for Sean Ryan.
Yeah, definitely. Let's roll it back. Let's see if we can pick out who played good on this play on the offensive line. Again, Belton kind of gets cut off. Sean Ryan sealing it. You're right, Tim. Seal that off on the inside. Stay squared up. Yep. Look at Rasheed Walker climbing too. Trying to get up there and climb. Going to push.
Looking for work downfield. I love it.
That is a great rep by Rasheed Walker. Look at him come all the way across here. Again, they're blocking right and we're pinning left. Pin and pull, right? So look at Sheed right here. Keep an eye on him.
Yep.
And watch him work.
And then looking for work. Dude, he blocked 3 guys on that play.
Yep. Got hands on 3. Yep. And again, got 44 out of there, and that's how Emmanuel Wilson was able to pick up those extra 5 or 6 yards. So
I love it. When in doubt, keep the feet moving, right?
Yeah, and that's what Sean Ryan does good, man. He's a pretty damn good run blocker. I don't care what PFF says. So 12-yard run, that's an explosive, obviously. So now let's fast forward. Fourth quarter, 15 minutes left. Green Bay up 17-6. First and 10 at Minnesota's 29-yard line. Tim, you ain't gonna ever guess this, bub. We got an 11-yard Emmanuel Wilson run, and this is on first and 10. 3 of those explosives came on first down. Pretty cool, right?
Well, we need to stop running the ball so much.
Yeah. 12 pistol nasty, Y70, Trey Wright, 21 blast. So again, Y70, your Y right here is Kennard. So you're going with that heavy set. I said Trey Wright, but it's actually Trey left. I got that wrong. So you're actually Trey left here, Y70. I apologize. Now we're going to go 21 blast, which is going to be, it's kind of a more of aggressive. You say 21 dive. This is how it's being explained to me. Coach Lynn, let me know in the chat if you disagree. A dive play is, hold the point of attack. It's okay if you get a yard or two. It's just more or less like, hey, control the gap at the point of attack. Blast is more, let's be more aggressive and try to drive them down the field type thing. All right. So 21 blast is going to be A gap left, and you see them kind of push and push. And look at 70 getting a good push. And what's funny is he's going to cut that back to the right, Emmanuel Wilson. He's dead to rights here with 55, Tim. Watch 55 is going to attack. It's a good rep from him. Guarantee you he got a +2 on this play, just needs to make the tackle. He's in the backfield. Look at Emmanuel Wilson. Nah, I'm just going to scooch right through here. Excuse me, sir.
I was just going to say that. It's like the jump cut or whatever that was. He stuck, watch 23 stick the left foot in the turf right as he's coming across the line. It's like he senses this.
Look at 55.
Oh, boy. Yeah, watch 55. Now watch Wilson. Bye.
Yeah.
See ya.
Gone.
Beautiful. I mean, that's different. That's different. I mean, there's a lot of backs that just get blown up on that play, and you lose a yard,
That's what Gary Ellerson was talking about, when he seen him play in the preseason that year. He was like, that boy's different. He's different. So got great feet, man. Great. And it's not like lateral quickness. It's more shiftiness than quick. When I think quickness, I think how quick you get to top speed, right? Just quick burst. He doesn't look like he's overly quick to top speed. But, man, the way he can shift laterally, just lateral shiftiness, I guess you could say, really, really impressive. So that was an 11-yard run. Of course, you had 2 explosives there, so that's going to triple your chances of scoring on that drive. Green Bay gets a field goal. You're up 20-6 now. Let's fast forward. Fourth quarter, 11-14 left. Green Bay up 20-6. 3rd and 17 at their own 12-yard line. This is Devontae Wyatt's 2nd sack. Look what we got again, Tim. Nickel 3-3-5, Joker 1, TJ stunt. Quarters match, question mark. All right. I think it's quarters match. Let's focus on, remember earlier, Micah got in there first and it was a JT stunt.
Yep.
This time, the tackle's going first and Micah's working off of him. Let's watch it. See the tackle go first. Now Micah's going off his hip and going to continue to work around. But Devontae Wyatt just, manhandles everybody here. And by the way, watch Rashawn Gary on this rep too. Good coverage, don't get me wrong. But the pass rush was just freaking relentless. Watch Gary off the snap, guys. Gary, wide 9 here, right? Going to work off, and he's literally going to miss JJ by going over his head. It should have been a sack for Gary. But again, watch Devontae Wyatt finish this play and get lateral. So there's the TJ stunt. Look at just manhandling him out there with Rashawn Gary, right?
Yep.
This should have been a sack, right? Now, at the last second, McCarthy sees his life flash before his eyes and gets low, right? So Gary goes over him, and Wyatt's getting held. It don't matter. Watch Wyatt get lateral and run his ass down, man. This is a really good rep by Wyatt. Beats Mike out there.
Oh, yeah. Hands up, too, taking away the throwing lane. Yeah. That's why McCarthy couldn't let that ball go, which he probably should have done. He probably should have just hummed that tater to the sidelines or at least tried to hit 30 there. But great technique by Devontae Wyatt, man.
I love this ragdoll right here, too. From the 2-yard line, 6 yards deep in the end zone. 5
you
yards
go back
deep.
pre-snap from the box?
Yeah.
Look at Micah. Like, another frame or two. You see him, like, teasing the right side. Like, what do you do with this as an offensive lineman or a quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, you don't know where he's coming from or where he's going until it's too late.
And then even then, he's still working right.
And then he still comes back to the right.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I'm telling you, if Gary hadn't been pushed in the back too, right here, I believe, right there, he probably kills J.J. McCarthy. It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, that's probably the best play from 71 all day, right? Just block him in the back. Don't get this man killed again. But unfortunately, we see how it ends.
Yeah, Wyatt looked really good in this game, man. Really good in this game. So pass rush is humming. And again, thinking in terms of the game we got coming up against Detroit, Their running game's on fire right now. Their pass blocking, very, very suspect at the moment, especially the interior. Imagine us playing those Joker 1 looks because, again, you're showing 7 in coverage, Tim.
Yep.
Where do you go with the football? If they're hitting home that quick and you got pressure in your face, that was Gary winning away from the stunt. So he wins, forces him out of the pocket. Imagine Jared Goff in that situation. Now, Jared Goff check down Charlie will take that check down much quicker than McCarthy
that
will.
ball would have been out already. Yeah.
That'll be the difference. But they should be able to get the same amount of pressure up the middle with those Joker 1 looks. The problem is when you go to Joker 1 like that out of a 3-man front, you're vulnerable against a run. So you got to get them behind schedule. You've got to make sure that happens on those early downs. And of course, they know we know what they know that we know that they know, right? So what do they
know that we know that they have better running backs than Minnesota. Yeah.
Yes. And what they'll probably try to do is occasionally set up play action, get us to really bite on that run, and try to hit some explosives to Amon-Ra St. Brown. So
I love Coach Glenn's comment here. Wyatt moves like a linebacker. What a great point, man. I mean, Devontae Wyatt's a big dude, but man, does he move with agility and speed, man. It's awesome.
I want to say his RAS was in the 9s, Tim. It was definitely in the 8s, but it was pretty high. So yeah. All right, next.
I like this one. LVN sighting. Let's go. Wide 9.
This is what I was talking about too, that he came back in the game. This is late in the game, so he did come back in for a couple more reps, at least 1 rep. But Green Bay got a field goal after that Wyatt sack, which gave Green Bay the final score of 23-6. We got 2 more plays here, guys. Hang with us. Fourth quarter, 7:36 left. Green Bay's up 23-6, 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. This is the Isaiah McDuffie interception. We showed you earlier Rashawn Gary having an impact right on J.J. McCarthy collapsing the pocket. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Bates. 9.60 RAS for Wyatt. Hell yes. So this play call here, nickel 4-2-5, cover 6 match, and it's 4 at the bottom. So you got quarter, half. All right. There is match involved in this, so it's a matchy type. And this is going to be Rashawn Gary working off the edge and getting pressure on the quarterback, smacking his arm, and the ball flying right into the hands of Isaiah McDuffie. So this is Isaiah McDuffie's interception. Watch Gary up top. So they shift over. Now Gary's like, all right, I got a free run out of this wide 9. Let's go eat, big dog. Look at him work the edge. All right, so he chips, and he's so quick, he just beats the tackle to the spot there, right? And then rakes the arm. Ball comes out, goes right to McDuffie.
Dude, master class by Isaiah McDuffie on how to play linebacker in the NFL. Just watch 58. Just watch him. Watch the feet. Watch the helmet stripe. Feet, hands.
Great catch too, man.
Unbelievable, man.
It was a hell of a catch.
I'm so glad he got a game ball. I hope that is the actual ball that was given to him, the one that he picked, for sure.
And again, you see Gary working through the chip, right? So he's going to get a chip and beat the tackle. Ball out. He was
arguably another block in the back there towards the end.
Right.
What else can you do with Rashawn at full speed, right?
Yeah, nothing you can do, man. All right, moving along. Fourth quarter, 3:43 left. Green Bay up 23-6, 2nd and 5 from their own 33-yard line. This is the Evan Williams interception. I think the play call is nickel 4-2-5 TE right, Tampa 2. So TE right, simple. These tackles are going to work to the right. The first letter goes first, right? T-E. So he's going to work off the edge here, or loop around, I should say. Then you got Micah, I believe, out here, just working in isolation off the left. So that's the TE right. And then with the Tampa 2 call, I don't have it labeled which one's Tampa 2. You see them belling, though. 2, and I think it's McDuffie that covers the seam. That's Tampa 2. All right, so it's kind of a match look down the seam. I believe it was him. Let's make sure. Yeah, so McDuffie, watch him get eyes on the 2. Yep. See it? So he's locking on. When he goes vert, I'm taking the seam. You got half. Everybody else is kind of sitting underneath a little bit. Could be a little quarters match. I don't think it is. Could be though. And again, just great coverage right here. McDuffie carries that. Now McCarthy's letting it go. He's like, my only shot's right here. But McDuffie really pinching that seam route is what forces McCarthy to throw it over his receiver's head. That's McDuffie helping make that happen right here, right?
In coverage, right? That was the big gripe about him. Oh, you can't play coverage. Whatever.
Yeah.
We're seeing it all over the tape right now.
You see him carry, and now he's breaking off, thinking they may be going, I think that's to Justin Jefferson underneath, right? But instead, McCarthy had to sell that thing because at the point that he let it go, McDuffie's hips are flipped. He's running with the seam, right?
Yep.
And then just straight to Evan Williams. Bang.
I
So
love
it looks like in real time, it looks like, oh, what a horrible throw. And it was a bad throw, but look at it through McCarthy's eyes here. Watch McDuffie. All right, he's going to the seam. Damn, I got to really put that thing. Also, look at 55 getting hands in his face, right? Watch 55 right here. Look at that. Now, just puts a little too much on it.
How about 56? Can you go back a few frames? Look at Cooper. Look at Cooper keeping his work in front of him, taking away that running lane.
Mm-hmm.
You think McCarthy wants to step up in here and run into Edgerrin Cooper? Not going to happen.
Almost. Yeah, that's a beautiful thing about cover two. You got so many guys underneath. They almost all work like spies. You got eyes on the quarterback the entire time, right?
Absolutely. And then Coop reacting to the throw as well, if he needs to be available. I love it.
Yeah.
Just, again, great team effort, man. Everybody doing their job.
Yeah. You said team effort, and I was thinking complementary football, man.
Yep.
Complementary football. That's exactly what it was. So there you go. There's Chalk Talk. Week 12, Packers, Vikings. Packers get the dub 23-6 over the Vikings. Middle eight was tied 3-3. Packers win a turnover differential 3-0. Much in part, yes, it was coverage. Isaiah McDuffie, great grab on the interception. Evan Williams, great job playing schematically sound, keeping your eyes on the quarterback, taking advantage of an errant throw. But all of those turnovers were the Packers being aggressive, everybody doing their part. Daniel Whelan, if he doesn't have that beautiful punt, if he doesn't have that beautiful back spin, that doesn't turn into a turnover for Zane Anderson, right? So Zane Anderson does a great job hustling. Obviously, Daniel Whelan with a absolutely perfect punt. You can't kick it any better, right? And then with the interceptions, pass rush hitting home both times. Obviously, Rashawn Gary raking the arm. That's the McDuffie interception. And then, of course, Enikbare getting his hands in his face. McDuffie, complimentary football, covering the seam, making that a tight window throw. Just, absolutely awesome, man. Fun game to watch. That's for sure.
Love what Coach Len says. Duff, I'll never disrespect you again. Apologies. My bad.
Hey, it's all of us, man. You know, I mean, there's been times that these guys have struggled. And then you go out and play like that. I mean, I think he's earned himself more reps. And it seemed like the YouTube comments earlier disagreed with me when I was like, I want to see McDuffie a little bit more. I think everybody's still knowing when Quay's healthy, I want him taking all those snaps. And he's a physical freak. I can understand that. But it's just, once again, man, it's just like Emmanuel Wilson. It's nice to know, Tim, you got that guy waiting in the wings. If something goes wrong, somebody gets banged up. So
it's true. It's like Jerry was saying the other night, right? We got depth. We got depth on this team. Might as well use it.
Absolutely, man. Doug says, bonus coverage request. Let's break down the mocked up coverage of the celebration after Williams interception. I wish we could, Doug. Get hit with a copyright. We ain't careful, man. We got to be careful on this. That skull chant, though, is just
ultimate troll job. Shout out Javon Bullard for planting the seed early in the week. I love it.
Yeah. Chase Green in the chat says McDuffie is a crazy guy with a beard who can tackle good. He should be playing for sure. Absolutely. Listen, I'm gonna just say it. McDuffie's not the most handsome fella on the face of the earth. Okay. And my dad always taught me never pick a fight with somebody who's ugly, because they got nothing to lose. All right. They will fight you. I promise. They will. they ain't got to worry about their grill getting messed up either. I say that with all due respect to McDuffie. You look at him, and it's what Chase is saying. He looks like a damn football player. He looks like a guy
he's a blue collar linebacker in the NFL, baby. And I love it.
Hate to fight that dude. My goodness. Let's see here. Maybe a little bit more. I'm just trying to go through the chat here. Let's see what Joe Pack Joe says. Good to see you, buddy. He says Wilson, Bad been doing damn good for the Vikings and going. Did he make a mistake? No, he kept the right one. I think might be the ball. Biz 1987. I want Quay available to only focus on Gibbs if healthy. That's the thing, right, Tim? Quay's very aggressive against the run. It's been McDuffie's strong point too. So you feel good about both of them, right? And I'm sure they've got their fair share of 12 personnel, right? So yeah, I hope Quay's healthy, because I think you're going to need those extra bodies, because I'm sure McDuffie's a little banged up, man. He played a lot more reps than he's used to playing too, right?
I agree. I mean, yeah. I mean, how many snaps did he have? I mean, he was up there in recent memory for him, but I think he's built for it, like we were just talking about, right? You know?
Yeah, definitely. Professor Cakes, McDuffie is the foreman of the ditch diggers. Need those guys. Amen to that, man. Amen to that. Everybody.
I got a couple starred up there for you too, Clay.
Okay, let me hit those real quick. I apologize. Oh, give a shout out to Aaron Rodgers. Our Aaron Rodgers, not the Aaron Rodgers. Been a member for 4 months. Appreciate you, buddy. Evening PTA. Let's get a dub on my birthday. Happy early birthday.
Let's like go, that. Man. Happy birthday, man.
Birthday. Let's go, dude. That's what I'm talking about. J. Cole. Skip Bayless said the Lions will blow out the Packers. I feel even better about this game. Well, I know this, Jay. Anytime I mention in the titles, old Skip Bayless on one of our videos, it gets views through the roof. So I pray to sweet baby Jesus that we get that dub, because if we do, we're going to play his audio from before and collect the receipts and have us a nice little party with that. That's for damn sure. So that will be exciting. Let's see here. Doug in the chat. Clay, I'm jealous of how you can break down tape. I never played and it shows, but I learned from you. Thank you. Hey, thank you for the kind words, Doug. I've been doing it for a long time, man. And again, hopefully you guys know that when we break this down, I try to give that disclaimer every day. Call out the mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. You've seen I wrote stuff wrong and then realized it while we were live. I watched the tape 5 times now, but I started breaking down the tape back in 2009, 2010-ish. So I don't know, Tim, that's tough math for me. 15 years I've been breaking down tape. I better be good at it. I better know at least something, right? That's a lot of wasted time, which Mandy says it's wasted time anyway. But
man, you forgot more about ball than I even know, man. Keep it up.
What got me excited about learning it, though, was Pat Kerwin and Tim Ryan on Move the Sticks, I think it was. Move the Sticks podcast on Sirius NFL Radio. And that's where I got the term Chalk Talk from. They would have a Chalk Talk Thursday, I think it was. And they'd have people call in and ask football questions. And I would hear them say stuff like the why. And they would say under. And they'd say 11 per. I went, 11? What's 11? Who's 11? Who's number 11? Well, is that a special number that a player wears? I was an idiot, right? And you're like, no.
Yeah, you're asking good questions, right? You want the right answers, ask good questions.
Like one running back, one tight end. And I'm going, why does that matter? Well, they're matching personnel. What are you talking about? They're matching personnel. Like I had no clue, right? And then because the game has changed over the years. You know, in the 90s, it was all about down and distance. First down, you're playing your base package. If they go 5 wide receivers, you're still playing your base package, right? Yeah. Say if it was, 2nd and 8 or whatever, you're probably still going your base package. If it was 2nd and 12, then you might go with the nickel. It was down and distance, right? Definitely on 3rd down, then you might bring the nickel. That's why Favre's famous line, when Ty Detmer said, they said it's nickel. And he said, he went to Ty and said, Ty, what are they talking about with nickel? He said, you serious? He said, yeah. He said, well, it's nickel. It's 5 DBs. 5 equals a nickel. It means they're taking one linebacker off and putting one corner back in. They're playing the pass. And Brett said, who the hell cares? It's my favorite line ever. Like, he still didn't care. He still didn't get it. Went right over his head. So
you think God never farted?
Exactly. The 90s were much different than they are now. Now, it just so happens that I jumped in to watching the tape around 2010, right? 2009, 2010. And that's when the spread was really starting to take off big time. That was McCarthy.
Well, we know all about that in Green Bay, right?
Absolutely. What we called the West Coast spread. And that's when teams really started using the nickel packages as the sub packages as their base packages. It wasn't that they were their base packages. It was they started matching personnel. So people would say, the nickel's the new base. And it's like, no, they're matching personnel. That's all they're doing. And then 3 years later, it's like, yeah, teams are matching personnel. Everybody kind of caught on to what they were doing. So, yeah. But anyway, Doug says, Clayton is what is that word, man? You guys are way too intelligent for
nomenclature.
Me, what does that mean, Tim?
Nomenclature, your dialect, your vocabulary.
My words. All right.
Your words.
Like, your words like Dub Nasty and Take Your Eye Off the Ball or a different book. So nasty splits. It's funny. We were just talking about the evolution of the 90s into the 2000s and the 2010s, right? And then the nasty splits became really popular with Kyle Shanahan. Okay. So Kyle Shanahan and his whole coaching tree, they started going nasty splits. So everybody was playing spread. So guess what GMs did to build out their defensive roster? We got to cover these fast 11 personnel based offenses, right? So we got to get fast linebackers. We got to get versatile. We got to get players that are just elite athletes, right? Then what happens? You got teams that you actually, if you go back and read the original version of Take Your Eye Off the Ball, I don't know if it's in 2.0, but the original one was Pat Kerwin was kind of laughing because people were saying the running play is dying. The heavy packages are dying, right? That the fullback is going to be obsolete, which did come true, but they're going to get away from the running game, right? Well, Then LeGarrette Blount came on the scene for the New England Patriots. You guys remember in Oregon, he punched that poor kid out in the post game because the guy was ragging on him. Anyway, I don't know. That's the first thing I think of when I think of Blount all the time. So he mentions that in the book, right? Nasty splits came along because all these defenses were playing fast, undersized players because they got to keep up with these track teams, right? Yep. Well, guess what? Shanahan tree said, you know what? Everybody's built to play fast. Why don't we go with nasty splits, condense everything? Let's run the ball down their damn throat with heavier packages. So they started going to nasty splits. And then off of that, you're showing wide zone looks running outside. Teams would adjust to that and play the wide zone scheme. And now you would boot off of that. So you're working inside out as opposed to with the spread, you're working outside in. Slant. Remember, there's people that ask me all the time in the comments, Tim, what happened to the Green Bay slant? We used to run the slants all the time. Why don't we run slants anymore? Because we're in nasty splits. But why are we in nasty splits? Because teams got really, really fast. It'll come back. Eventually, the spread will come back. Everything in the league is cyclical. So
we've seen a few of those this year, though. We've seen Matt spread them out on occasion.
Yeah.
Not very often, but you'll get one of those looks once in a while.
Yeah. So again, the nasty split was something that happened here recently with the Shanahan tree blowing up. Obviously, it was Kyle Shanahan who got a shot down there with Kubiak and obviously in Washington. And then he's the OC in Atlanta. Matt Ryan wins the MVP. They're running those nasty splits. Well, he breaks off. He goes to San Francisco. Sean McVay ends up with the LA Rams. All these coaches, if you can go look for a podcast, it's called the Play Callers Podcast. I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Play Caller Podcast. Jordan Rodrigue. Look up that name. Jordan Rodrigue. It's like Rodridque, I think. She done the Play Caller podcast or whatever. And she basically interviews everybody from Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree. And they line it all up. And the next thing I'm going to put in the studio here, and it won't be anything we can use on the show, but she talked about how he had this glass whiteboard. And, like a whiteboard, I use grease pens. You guys see me with them all the time. I use these grease pens, Expo pens, right? Sponsor the show, Expo. My whole desk here is covered in whiteboard material. So I can write all over my desk, right? I'm just weird like that. The note, put it down over here, right? So anyway, he said he had a glass board. And this is how Kyle Shanahan sees the game. And we got a couple minutes. The only reason I'm explaining this. So he would say, okay, what kind of defense does this team run? Well, they run a cover 2 zone. All right. So he would draw out the cover 2 zone on that mirror in, blue ink or whatever, blue grease. Okay. So he would do that. He'd go, okay, where are the weak spots? So he would take and draw the weak spots in it. So like with the cover 2, it's down the seam and it's the hole shots, right? That, and if they're in shell, you can run the ball. So he knows in bright red now the points, or maybe even in green, we need to attack the hole and we need to attack the base, right? What I call the base and the bunkers, the seam and the hole shots. So now what he would do in another pen is he would draw passing concepts, route combinations that attack those spots. So you've got the answer to the equation before the ball is even snapped. You just got to read what defense are they in, and you should know by process of elimination, they're in cover 2. All right, I'm going to this on this read. So the goal is to draw up the perfect offensive play that attacks a multitude of defenses, and your quarterback's got to be smart enough and married up with the coach to attack that space. Robert Saleh says it on the Play Caller podcast. He says, all football is defending space and attacking space. That's it. So once you understand, if we get in the right looks, and that's why you call pick a side. You've heard the pick a side progression. You got true progression, the 1 to the 2 to the 3. You're going through reads, right? That was West Coast spread. Now with the pick a side, it's more of the Shanahan approach where it's on this side, we've got a cover 2 beater. On this side, we've got a cover 3 beater. Ball snap, pre-snap, try to gather the information. Post-snap, confirm what you've seen, and then go to the side that beats the covers that you think you're in. So they started showing cover 6 looks, quarter, half, right? Well, quarter, half is typically to the strong side of the formation. If you get a 3-by-1 set, your quarter side is going to be on that side. Well, guess what teams started doing, Tim? They invented cover 9, where they show the same look, but they actually play the quarter on the opposite side and the half on the strong side, because teams started attacking the half side with crossers and slot cross concepts, which we still run to this day like crazy. So anyway, I'm getting in over my head here, but It's very, very deep.
Full circle evolution of the game, right?
Yeah.
The more things change, the more they stay the same, and vice versa, right?
Yeah. The point of the story is, if this dumb redneck can learn it, anybody in this chat can learn it. And what's beautiful is, if you think I'm behind, oh crap, I'm behind, I'll never get caught up. No, I'll be behind in 3 years if I don't continue to watch the tape and evolve with the game, because it's going to change. It changes. I mean, every year we see something. I try to pick something every year, like, oh, here's what changed this year. Like we talked about, pistol was coming back heavy. Lo and behold, we look up this year, we got a lot of pistol, right?
Yep.
We remember last year I talked about, and people rolled their eyes at me. I won't mention his name, but there's one in particular that thinks he's God's gift of breaking down the tape. He rolled his eyes saying 3 safeties. I said, there's going to be 3 safety looks coming into the league. And he was like, you're crazy. Look at what Arizona does. 3 safety looks. So again, it's a 3 deep look, and they can still meet their run fits. They can be a little bit more aggressive because they've got each other's back in that 3D. That's a story for a different day. So anyway, that's it. We're done. Chalk Talk. Green Bay, Minnesota. Beautiful win. We're on to Detroit. Tomorrow we'll start breaking it down a little bit deeper, Tim. I've got the PTA power rankings up over at Patreon. You guys go check it out. Patreon.com/Packer Fan Total Access. We got it updated. It's going to be a close game, man. I've actually got Detroit as 2-point favorites. The line, the market has them as 2.5-point favorites. So this is Tim, get your damn popcorn ready, man. Both these teams
27-24 Packers. Let's go.
I could see that. We were close last week, man, on the games. Like the Steelers Bears was pretty close. I had the Steelers as 4-point favorites. Obviously, we missed on that. Remember the lines were like, what were they? 12-point favorites, 12.5-point favorites. And I said, I got this closer than that. I got it more of a 10 approach type thing, right? So we were right in regard to that. And then the Packers Vikings, I said the Packers were 6-point favorites. And you seen how that finished, right? What was the score ended up being? 23-6 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really it's interesting to kind of see how the lines go and everything. The public last week, Tim, you know how every week too I point out that that worries me when a large majority of the public's on one team. I'll tell you why. Against the spread last week, the public went 2-6-1 against Vegas when at least 60% of the public were on that spread. Every week, man, Vegas just counting that money, right? So when you see a team, when you see the public heavy on one team in terms of the money line, really it's more or less the spread, but the money line can kind of – I use the 60-80 rule. When you break 60% with the spread and 80% with the money line, hold on to your britches, boys. It could be a rocky ride. So, all right.
It's a good gauge. I mean, Vegas knows what the hell they're doing, right?
They do. Yeah. We got everybody firing their picks in here. We'll go hit it. Coach Lynn, 32-21 Packers. That'd be a happy Thanksgiving right there. J. Cole, 31-27 Packers. Professor Cakes, 35-24 Pack. I feel good about it. I do. And Chuck Jaggers brings it back center. Thanks, Manny. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. I'm going to get in trouble. Tim, thank you.
What 10 Wright said real quick. Beating the Lions by 10. No score prediction. We're winning by 10. I love it.
I would be over the moon with a 10-0. How cool would that be to blow?
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Let's go. So, all right, guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Hit subscribe, hit like, click that bell icon so you're notified when we go live in the future. Everybody that's watching right now, please smash that like button. It helps more than you know. It helps with the algorithm. It lets other people know about the channel. And we're trying to get all that cleaned up. I've been doing a lot of research trying to learn how YouTube works, because I have people message me all the time and go, how did I not know this channel existed? You've never seen it. We can't get it in the algorithm. So I'm trying to tweak some things and be a little more professional. I apologize if the titles seem a little cheesy from time to time. Understand, I would rather do a 3-word title, but that helps you with the YouTube algorithm. So just bear with that and just know that we're never going to change in terms of content. So Coach Lynn says, thanks, Clay and Tim. Great show. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you all so much. Hit that like button. We'll see you tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central for PTA Live. I may go live before then with any kind of information that may break, just like we did earlier today, just give you guys a little extra content. But everybody have a wonderful day. Let's get ready for that Thanksgiving Day matchup. We'll break it down tomorrow. Tim, have a good night, buddy.
You too, Clay. See you tomorrow.
All right, we'll see y'all. Take care.
Here we go.
All right.
Bye, guys.